Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to make some easy tracing paper vintage booklets. But first, let's have our shout out to Christy B65, Christine, Dawn, Judy, Nancy N, and Mary Lou. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, you guys, I decided to bring you in. I've already started, but that's okay because there's a lot of little bit of work to this. Not that it's not super easy work, because it super is, but it's definitely worth all the work. So what I've done is, can you see the gold that I have painted on the edge of this piece of printed paper and on the butterfly? And then I also printed on the edge of the label. And I've done the same thing to this one right here. So I think I'd like to make this one. And I think, let me set this aside because these two go together. So I'm going to put these right here. There we go. So what I've done is I have this piece of printed paper that came from Roxy's creation. And I took my paint right here. It's Metallic Deco Art Dazzling Metallics acrylic paint, champagne gold. And I put a little bit in my tray. I went and ate dinner with my husband, so I covered it up. Hopefully it's still good. And I have myself a little tiny brush right here. And I think I want this butterfly. I think I like this butterfly the best with this. And so I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I've been sticking my paintbrush just a little bit in the paint, and I've just been edging. I edged my piece of printed paper. I'm going to edge this butterfly, and this is the part that takes a little bit of time, but it is not by any of the stretch of imagination is it hard. It is not hard. It just will take a little bit of time, and that's why after I've made two of them, and I started making these last two, and I decided, oh wait, I think I'll bring all of my YouTube best buds along to see how I did this. And after I've already have painted two of the items, because that way the video won't be so long, and I'm just painting away and paint a little bit on the body and maybe just a little bit on the wings. Just paint them out just a little bit. There we go. So can you tell I've painted that? Yes, you can see that there's, I'm going to set that aside a little bit, and I'm going to put my paintbrush in a little bit of water so it doesn't dry out, because I'm going to need it again. And I am going to, I think I'd like this coffee dyed piece of paper, and we're just going to fold it to be just the same size as this piece of paper right here that has the print on it. And let's just get it folded. This will be just fine, just like this. Line it up here. That's not bad at all. Okay, so I've got that, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim this. So I think I'll get a couple of paper clips and just put it right on here so it doesn't really move on me. Let me see here, just 1 second here. Yeah, I want to make it just a little bigger. Not much, just a little. You guys, I think I'm going to sneeze. Hang on, just a second. Oh yeah, I sneezed. Okay, Glad you didn't have to hear that. Now, I'm just making it so it doesn't move on me, and I'm just going to trim right here and right here. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my quarter rounder. Quarter. There it is. Oh, my stars in heaven. I just felt about 5 million butterflies on the floor. Oh, my goodness. Okay, that's what happens when you stack things up on your desk. Avalanche happens. And then I'm going to remove this right here like that. And I'm going to go ahead and, oh goodness gracious, come on Cathy. Get a little ink on here. It's vintage photo. And I'm going to ink around my paper. Let's see if this is exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay. And I'm going to ink all of it. Front, back, all the way around, and then I'll come back, okay? Alrighty, so now I'm going to glue my image onto my coffee dyed paper here. So I'm just using my Tombow glue, and I'm going to glue it down. Okay. And I have a little label here, and do I want this label? I think I have this label for that one and that label for that one. I think that got mixed up. So this little label, I'm going to place it right here. Now I'm going to bring in some of that tracing paper we have been using. Really liking using this tracing paper. And I'm going to place my little booklet inside and fold it over like this, right in there, get it up in there. Now I'm going to use my paper clips again, and I'm going to paper clip it to keep it in place, and I'm going to trim around. Just like that. Okay, that's a pretty good big piece. I want to keep that piece. That's nice and big. All right, so now we're like this. We have our little tracing paper and then our booklet. And I am going to take my butterfly and place it inside here where I want it to go. I want it to be about right there. Nope, that's too far down. There we go. That's fine. And I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on my butterfly. There we go. And then I'm going to shut my booklet on my butterfly, just like that. Now when it dries, you won't be able to see that outline. That outline will go away when it dries. And I'm going to take my paintbrush again, and I Actually, before I do that, I'm going to bring in my stapler, and I'm going to staple this all together right here, and then one more staple right there. All right, now you know how I don't care for staples. I have some seam binding, lace seam binding, and I'm going to use this side because the other one was folded funny. I'm going to place my fabric tack onto my tracing paper, and it's kind of going to go down a little ways because I'm going to put my booklet in the middle of this. So half of the lace is going to be on the front and half is going to be on the back. And I'm just putting a nice amount of glue. I'm going to definitely get some on the edge right there and on the back as well. Okay. Now I'm going to place it right on this about in half and fold this part over. Get the glue off my fingers. I'm going to have to add just a little bit more glue on here, right here. I absolutely love how these turn out. They are so pretty. So very pretty. And what a lovely addition into a journal. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my scissors. I'm just going to pull it just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to trim it right here. And trim it right here. There we go. Now, the last thing I would like to do, it's looking so pretty, is take my brush again and my paint, and I'm going to paint the edge of the tracing paper. And when you do this, you'll think, oh, this just looks horrible. But I guarantee you that when it dries, you're going to think, oh my goodness, this is absolutely beautiful. So I just put some on my paintbrush, and I almost like just brush it off. And some of them are it's kind of globbed on, and some of it's smooth. It just really doesn't matter. It just is so pretty when it does dry. It is absolutely beautiful. And I have two that I can show you what they look like. I'm going to go ahead and finish this one spot right here, this front cover, and then I'll show you my other two that I've made. Can you see? Oh my goodness, I think it's so pretty. So here are the two that I've made. I made this one here, and then when you open it, it looks like this, and then it's just like this. Isn't that beautiful? And I put the gold edgy on this back side. I think that looks so pretty. You can pull it tight so you can see what it looks like. And then there's this one. Looks like this. and you open it up, and it's this picture, this image. And once again, you just have your staples and your gold metallic paint. Oh, you guys, I absolutely love these. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.